Well, welcome back to today. The jostling has well and truly begun for hosting rights of the 5th Ashes Test. It comes after Perth essentially locked itself out of contention due to its strict quarantine rules.
Yeah, for more, we're joined by cricket great Shane Warne from Melbourne. Warne, good to have you on. But before we get into, what's happening in Perth and the cricket, we heard you had a bit of a motorcycle accident. You just filled us a bit in the break there. Are you okay?
Yeah, good morning, guys. So it's, it was a bit of an accident where the handlebars locked up and I slid for about 10 metres on some hard concrete. I was off the road and then the bike fell on top of me. So luckily my son was there to actually help me or lift the bike up. But I'm okay. I got cleared of all x-rays this week. So I've just got a badly bruised hip, knee and ankle and a little bit of ego because my son says I can't ride a bike.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's rough.
It sounds like your son might be right, Warne.
Yeah, I know. I should. Yeah, I'm getting too old to ride a motorbike, I think. But anyway.
Right. Well, let's talk cricket because there's a lot going on, isn't there? Where do you think the 5th Test should be held?
Yeah, look, it's a shame it can't be in Perth, but with their stringent rules there, the players, we've got to thank the players for the sacrifices they're making with all the quarantine, especially the England players. They've been doing it for 12 months. So to have another 14 days of quarantine in between test matches when they're in a strict bubble anyway is just ridiculous. So it's just impossible to be in Perth. It's a shame because it's such a great test match. It's a beautiful stadium, but it just can't be in Perth now. They just won't go ahead whatsoever. I'd love it to be in Tassie or Canberra because they probably deserve a test match too. But the problem is that their stadium can only hold 12,000, 11,000 people, and you've got 11,000 Barmy Army at least. So, I think it has to be in Melbourne or Sydney, and I think it's worth trying. We saw a night AFL Grand Final or a twilight AFL Grand Final this year. So I think I've been advocating for a while it's worth trialling a day-night test match in Melbourne at the MCG where you could possibly get 70 or 80,000. There's no other stadium in Australia could hold that many people. And for a 5th Ashes Test where it could be on the line all down to that last test match, it needs to be a big venue to compensate for the crowds. And what better way for the poor Victorians that have really struggled through lockdown to put a smile on their face and trial a day-night test match in Melbourne.
I think you're right. I feel sad for the people of Perth, though, not being able to have an Ashes this year. I do feel for them. And this comes after Pat Cummins and Steve Smith were given the top spots in the team after a leadership shuffle. You're not happy with this choice, or are you happy now?
I'm happy with Pat Cummins. I think he's a terrific person. I think he's earned the respect of all cricketers and the cricket community around the world. I think he's earned that respect with his players. Steve Smith, look, we know what a great person Steve Smith is. He just made a horrible mistake a while ago when he was captain. And under his watch, the Sandpaper Gate happened. So I don't understand how it's okay for the previous captain under the Sandpaper Gate to be allowed a leadership role again. But David Warne can never have a leadership role, and he was just a player. It doesn't make any sense to me. I would have rather Mitch Marsh, actually, to be vice-captain and come back into the side, or Marnus Labuschagne. I would have preferred that time for a clean slate and just move on.
A fresh team, fresh captaincy.
But unfortunately, let's hope it all works out.
What about Pat Cummins, though, as captain and as a fast bowler? It's not exactly traditional, is it?
No, it's not, and I like it because I think if you look at that team, he's the most important player in that team. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to make the best captain. But I think it's time for him to... I just think the way he's gone about his business, he's been aggressive. He's sort of the poster boy, Pat Cummins. He's just a terrific person, terrific individual. And, his nickname's Winks. So, who shouldn't be captain if their nickname is Winks?
It's unbeatable.
So, listen, you're going to be grabbing and reaching into the closet and pulling out an off-white or maybe an eggshell jacket, cracking up, putting out the bone, and getting into the commentator's box. Tell us more.
Yeah. Mate, look, it's always exciting for all the players, obviously, for the Ashes series because it's the best series in our game, in the game of cricket, which is the second biggest sport in the world. So it's a huge tournament, the Ashes. It's a massive series. And for us, commentators at Fox, we're really excited too. We've got a great team of people. Steve Crawley and the team have put together a wonderful team. We all get along great. We all try and enhance the pictures and make it more interesting for the viewers when they're watching. So we've put together a great team. Ad break free during play, 4K. It's just terrific pictures that you'll see when you switch on to Fox to watch the cricket. So, yeah, we're pumped for it. We sort of get a bit nervous for the Ashes as well and sort of hope part of us wishes we were out there and think about when we were out there how good it was to be playing in an Ashes series. So it brings out the best in the England and Australian players, and this series will be huge.
Well, if it's raining a lot, there'll be a lot of memories being spoken about.
That's right. That's right. Hey, this is a sentence I never thought I would say on television. Foxtel has carved your face into a sandcastle, Warne. How do you feel about
Finally.
that?
Look at this. I mean,
it's like Mount
myself,
Rushmore.
Billy, Isha. I mean, it's obviously after the founding fathers in America, and it's Mount Foxmore, as you say. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm not sure what they're going to do with it. Maybe they can auction off. Someone might want at their house to throw things at. I'm not sure, but I think it's a pretty cool idea to launch the summer of cricket. You know, it's such an iconic beach right there in Sydney. Beautiful. So to have it took a long time. I think it took a few weeks to put together. We got face scanned for it, so it's incredible detail about it. So probably too much for
Well, you have now
too much detail.
You have now
But
officially
it's
done
come
it
up
all.
pretty well.
I think.
Sandy features of Shane Warne there right on your TV this morning. Warne, good to see you, lad. You take care. No more motorbikes, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much for having us, guys, and let's go on the Aussies.
Stay safe.